Hello, 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 hello. Let me know if you can see and hear me okay. This is going to be a group energy healing where I heal 133 people in 11 different countries. And the theme of this healing and of the healings that I did this whole month is get shit done, productivity, self-assertiveness, decisiveness, clarity, taking action, productivity. Do it. So this is the second in the set of 2 healings called the triplet set, the September 2024 twin set. Triplet set came first, and this is the twin set of 2. Thank you. So, I have exciting things in store for today's healing. Okay, so I just mentioned a bit about the theme. Now let's get into the techniques. Probably the most straightforward one, I guess, would be third chakra. Maybe the most technical one. I don't know. Depends on how you think about it, what you're expecting. But third chakra, your major chakras are along your spine. 7 is in the top of your head. 1 is at the base of the spine. Like, those counts up like floors in a building. I remember I used to get confused about that like decades ago. Like, which is 1 and which is 7? But anyway, okay, enough memory lane. Third chakra. Third chakra is, if you had to pick one of the major chakras that is responsible for productivity, it would be the third chakra. Third chakra helps you with taking action, productivity, time management, also with good sleep. So interesting range of function there. So we will do extra repair on the third chakra, specifically of the physical body. I noticed, because you have 2 sets of 7 chakras, one for your astral body, your spirit, and one for your physical body. And when you get fully present, the astral body 7 chakras fit into the physical body chakra, hopefully. And the more of them that fit in, the more present you are. So the more you do this work over time, then you're in all your chakras of your physical body, all the major 7, every waking moment, eventually. It helps. But anyway, so third chakra, I noticed a lot of people have damage to their third chakra, even just like small little cracks, which is odd. So we're going to work on that today. I think it's easily fixed, but I'm not sure if it recurs for some reason that I'm not aware of. So I'm just going to make sure to really, really, really thoroughly repair everybody's third chakra of their physical body today. And then, I'll observe it over time, because most of the people I heal, in both sets of healings every month, because they have subscriptions. But there are, maybe a quarter of the people that they bought manually, just for this set or these 2 sets this month or something. So anyway, but I'll keep track of that, because that's odd, because I do chakra repair on all major and minor chakras of the body and the spirit every healing. So somehow the physical third, there was some damage that remained, which is odd. So anyway, the good news is it's workable. That I think what it is the physical third tends to have more like guck around it. And so, like, this is an image of a chakra. I mean, this is a piece of paper, obviously, but this is the shape of a chakra, basic shape. And so third chakra is, right where the microphone is in the way. But it's below the sternum bone, and round opening is in the front and the back. Energy flows in the front, spins around, spins out the back, goes to the third layer, wraps all the way around, all around you, comes in the front again, like that. So anyway, I think that, the gold light wasn't absorbing as well, just because of junk around the physical third chakra. So that's how damage stayed there. So that was contributing to some sleep issues for some people. Obviously productivity issues as well. So we will really, 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 really be sure that the physical third chakra has better gold light absorption so that it can fully repair. And then, time will tell if that's like a lasting thing, or I'll just always have to clean off the third chakra extra, physical body third chakra extra for it fully repair. We'll see. So anyway, so that is something that we'll do. Not complicated, but it should help. It may help sleep and is likely to help taking action and productivity. Then another main thing of today is like a mind thing, often subconscious, I guess. But I'm either going to call it free your mind or like something like that. Free your mind, because your mind can be busy, even just subconsciously, on a problem or an issue or several. And that could be a big reason why you're not very productive. And you don't know what your mind is sort of train wrecking on or spinning on necessarily, if it's subconscious. If it's conscious, you might know, like, oh my God, yeah, I always have this problem on my mind. I totally know that, but anyway, so we're going to work on freeing your mind and, helping it to not be so busy with, whatever. It's like just catching up on processing. So it's pretty easy to do, actually, which is very cool. I mean, if it's a big life issue that your mind is busy with, then, it's more of like an overtime thing, but it does help to like be conscious of it and melt away, the junk. We'll do it. I'll walk you through it. But anyway, that's free your mind. Because the idea is if your mind is too busy on whatever it's handling, it can make you unproductive. So that's going to be I think interesting. And you don't have to know consciously what's blocking your mind up, although as we do that exercise, it may come to mind what is blocking you up. Not in a stressful way. It just could be interesting to be like, oh, wow, yeah. But anyway, we're doing it more for the results of hopefully helping productivity and just helping stress levels and stuff. Another thing is a repeat, but I think the angels want me to do it again. I think it was very helpful. We did it just in the first healing of this set 2 days ago. Clear fear of success and fear of failure. We might do it in a different way than we did before. We'll see. But that's sort of that idea of like getting out of your own way. That maybe, it's like we always talk about, okay, well, say your mom's on your spiritual path blocking you, or she's in your chakras blocking you. And so it's not her fault that you're not productive, but there was an outside influence, right? And so we can clear her out and that frees you up. But if you have fear of success or fear of failure, that it could be just your own fears, from past lives or whatever. And then you kind of stop yourself from achieving your goals because of one of those fears. So anyway, that's a good thing to work, and easy to work. Heal far off parts of you also would be a repeat, but good. And that's always a funny one too. We did that 2 days ago, but healing far off parts of you, like parts of you that have just gone away and not come back yet. Usually, sometimes it's because you're too bored, and so part of your spirit's like, I'm out of here, But it can be because you're too stressed or something, and part of your spirit's like, nope, not doing this. So it's nice to, heal those parts and so that they're able and willing and healthy enough to come back. Anyway, so those are the main things, but I have a feeling there's a couple things that will pop up spontaneously. But I think the mind thing and the third chakra, repairing the physical third chakra, will be some of the most important things that we do today. So I'm excited. Anything else I want to say? Oh, yeah, I'll change the little banner. Okay, so the November healing sets, so the group energy healing sets, they went on sale 2 days ago, just about less than an hour before the healing. And they are almost all sold out, but not yet. There's a few spots. Last I checked, there are a few spots, even for the triplet set of November and the twin set, but just not many. But just a heads up. So if that's something you're interested in for yourself or a family member, like say, you're going to be around some of your siblings or parents or something that time of year in November, you could get them some healings so that they're more cleaned out and they're easier for you to be around. Potentially. Totally up to you. But yeah, so that's that. And the theme is actually socially relevant as well. The theme for November, it's a dual theme of healthy family boundaries. Ta-da! Healthy family boundaries. And proactive clearing, or proactive clearing and proactive self-care. So we're going to unblock in ways that will make because you can kind of predict what energy blocks will likely get in your way in the next, say 6 months or whatever, and clear them ahead of time. And so then there's just less drama, which is, a good thing. And so, and it's and I said for this and the next chapter in your life. So that's a sort of an interesting aspect too. Sort of like imagining what chapter in your life you're in and imagining the next chapter in your life and unblocking to make both, more smooth sailing. That should be interesting. So anyway, that's November healings, which are on sale on my website. And my website is jwhealing.com. jwhealing.com. What else? I'm excited about the next month's themes. Oh yeah, and I do have a waiting list if you just maybe didn't have money or were too busy when, say, the October healings went on sale. You could email me and ask me if I could fit you into one of those 2 sets in October that are already sold out. My email is janet@jwhealing.com. So janet@jwhealing.com. That's my email address. No dash there though. Yeah, so I do have a waiting list. So if you want a relative or something or yourself to get the October sets and you didn't purchase them when they were on sale, you can email me about it. So that's it for sales stuff. I mentioned this before. I'm mentioning it again because, you know, people don't listen to every word I say all the time. But anyway, I will be making a couple more, but I don't know if I'll keep doing it in the future or not, just because of the time it takes. Significant. But I have clipped out little, like a chapter, you know, from the last healing set, the third healing. I've clipped out 2 different chapters and made them short little videos. Like one is 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes. One is like probably, I don't know, 9 minutes or something. So there's that. There is a playlist of all the quick videos that I've made this year. I could link that below in the comment section later. I'll link it below. The quick 2024 videos. And they're in there, but they'll be in the playlist for whatever month they're from, you know, because they're excerpts. They're not like me doing a new short live stream. They're just me clipping out something that I already did and making it short. Because sometimes it's just less intimidating. Like if you're kind of resistant, sometimes, you know, having a 3-hour live stream is intimidating to use. Even though, I mean, with the chapters, you know, it's really pretty easy to pick like little tiny sections, you know, because you can click at the bottom. Within a day, there's those chapter titles. You click on one of them and you see all, then they all pop up and you can just jump around. But anyway, so people may not have noticed those because maybe they don't get alerts when I post new videos, but you could set that up on YouTube too if you want, or not. That's all. So checking chat comments. Someone says, "Hey Janet, I can see and hear you from Las Vegas. Thank you." 77 Fahrenheit. That's pleasant. I would like that. We don't have that here. Here it is cloudy, and I think it might rain today. It was like misting, very light rain. Last time I took Izzy out in the yard. Someone says, "Hi from Chicago. Hello, tuning in at work." Well, I hope that's allowed. Someone says, "Hey Janet, cool tie-dye you're wearing today. I love making them in the past." Well, that's interesting. Yeah, I don't, maybe as a kid once I made tie-dye in like some art class or something, but I didn't make this one. I actually got it at a thrift store in Chicago back when we used to live there. I've had it for a long time. It's Chicago used to have such good, well, they probably still do have really good thrift stores. I think we went to the one's called Unique, and they would sort everything by color, and they, for some reason, they just had really good stuff. And so we would go there and we'd end up buying like more than we really needed because it was just so insane, all the good stuff. So when we moved, we gave away massive amounts of clothing. But anyway, somebody says, "Hey Janet, we can see and hear you in Chicago, 80 and sunny, 80 Fahrenheit and sunny." Well, that sounds nice. My tomatoes would love that weather. But some are ripening, even though our weather is totally crappy right now. But anyway, someone else says, "Love the tie-dye." Oh, love tie-dye in general. Awesome. Okay. So, oh, I will do my new little section. I'll try to keep it quick, but it's for newbies. But we'll make it for everybody to, you know, just hand chakras. You have a big hand chakra, one in each palm of your hand. And I'm gonna go ahead. I didn't officially start the healing yet, but whatever. I'm gonna unblock the hand chakras of the people that I'll be healing today. So you just imagine, you know, like I said, this is a basic chakra shape, but obviously it's way smaller to be in your hand chakra. So round opening here and round opening here. And so you just unblock them. You don't want them clogged. So just use gold light to melt away the clogs in your hand chakras. And your fingertip chakras also generate energy too, so that's good to use. And you set with your intention those chakras, hand chakra and fingertip chakras, to metallic gold color, because that is a good vibration to use for healing. It's fast but not too fast, so it's good. You can use it to unclog and repair. So so fingertip chakras, let's get those nice and happy and spinning and open. Open meaning, sometimes when people think of open, they're like somehow like you're gonna get in other stuff that shouldn't be there. But what I mean is more like unblocked, you know, and it doesn't make you safer to be blocked. It actually makes you less safe to be blocked, because then it's easy for people to cord stuck energy. So you're safer if you have good flow, because then you're more likely to be more present there. And when you're there, there's less room for anybody else. So just unblocking the hand chakras and the fingertip chakras. Gold light. You could create like a big basin and, you know, like a big tub, and fill it with gold healing energy, and then just dunk your hands in and soak them in there. Let the gold light get into all the bones and all the joints and all the chakras, all the meridians. A lot of interesting traditional Chinese medicine meridians are in the fingers, start in the fingers. All right, so you can get rid of that. So that's that. And we're in this healing in general, and you know, you could do this for yourself. You make a copy of yourself and heal the copy with gold light from your hands. If you don't want to use hands, or you can't at the moment because it looks funny and somebody else is in the room with you, you could just imagine like gold suns, like 100 of them, you know, bathing whatever area you want to work, or like a gold flamethrower that you kind of direct where you want, you know. But hands are cool because you can over time get extra information about, like, you could feel a block feels different than flow. It's kind of like you just hit something like, whoa, what's that, you know. But it's over time, it just, your abilities increase the more you use them. So that's the idea. So you make a copy out in front of you of all your auras, 17 auras, and then your physical body and your astral body are inside there, and both your groundings. Your groundings connect you to the core of the earth and help, and you can release energy all the way down there, and then it gets neutralized and goes back to wherever it belongs, all cleaned up. So that's the idea. So now I'll do the 3 minutes of quiet where I finish my prep. And towards the end of that, I will start the healing. You'll see me go like that when I start, and I'll be quiet for the first minute or so as I heal. But then after that, I talk out loud as I'm doing it, and sort of narrate what I'm doing. So you could use it as an all levels walkthrough, and it is all levels. So like, if you're a newbie, don't feel bad that, you know, it seems like I'm going too fast or something. Or even if you're intermediate and you like, you know, taking your time, you know, maybe what I'm doing seems a little fast, but you know, I just am doing a very, you know, it's a lot I'm doing in a short amount of time. So later you can, you know, do the little chapters and repeat them and take your time if you want. All right. Yeah. So now the quiet part. Okay, let's do grounding. Thanks for waiting. So you could recreate, get rid of your old groundings and make new ones. I would suggest you make them both red or orange or yellow. So groundings, you just make them with your intention. You don't have to see energy to do it. Make them nice and wide as all your auras, and wide all the way down to the core of the earth. Wide behind you, in front of you. And you can make a copy out in front of you of both of your groundings that you just made. One for your physical body energy system and one for your astral body energy system. Your astral body is you, the part of you that can be fully present in your body. And just look for tangles or imagine tangles or blocks in your grounding and focus the gold light on those blocks so that they melt away. And you can get blocks in your space because of some major life blocks in your grounding that don't release because of some major life event. But you can also just get blocks in your space because, it's Tuesday. So, but if you do feel like, you've had trouble getting over a specific event, even if it's just like an argument with somebody, you can check, do you still have some junk in your grounding from that experience, and just melt it away. And indie grounding stands for independent grounding, and that's implies your grounding is just for you, ideally. So to make that happen, you melt away any attachments. You use gold light and wash the outer surface of your groundings with that, and use the gold light to melt away any connections between your grounding and someone else's grounding. And if you need to, you can just explain, to like the people that you feel like are trying to connect. Say, hey, go check your grounding. Go ask your angels for help with grounding. And speaking of other people, some people may be a little bit aggressive on an energy level, just due to subconscious repressed anger, maybe. So you can imagine yourself and imagine your backlash people. Imagine yourself and your backlash people. So those are people that are likely to throw energy from time to time, maybe way too often. It could be people you don't even know who they are, like it's some neighbor that doesn't like your front yard or something, Not that that happens to me. So anyway, imagine yourself and whoever your backlash people you have. You don't have to know who they are, just a random group of people that are your backlash people, and then melt cords between you and those people. Don't send them any gold light, but just use gold light and melt away the cords as they're inside your space and just outside your space. Just melt all those away. The gold light. And so that it's not so easy for those people to cord again, imagine all the blocks that those people have been cording into and melt them away. You can make a stack out in front of you. These are the blocks that the backlash people have been cording typically, and just melt them away. It's like that expression, oh, she pushes my buttons. Well, what that is, that's kind of a psychic expression. It just means that, you have energy blocks that trigger and that person cords the energy blocks, push your buttons, right? So, but what do? You can't like control somebody else and make them never push your buttons, but you can get rid of your buttons, melt away your energy blocks that person tends to cord. Melt away the energy blocks wherever they are. Don't worry about it. Just make a big pile out in front of you and melt away the energy blocks that your backlash people tend to cord. All right, and then double check again. Imagine yourself and all your backlash people. Check for cords and melt any of them with gold light. And this way, it's easier for the backlash people to ignore you, and that way they don't feel every little change you make, and therefore, it's less likely for them to get all pissy about it. Get all pissy about it. Oh, right. That was grounding plus, of course, an add-on of avoiding backlash people. So aura repair is important. Really important. All the stuff that we're doing at the front is really important. I call them your 5 essentials. And grounding is one of them, and aura repair is one of them. So you have 17 auras, which I've already said. 15 of those are Wei Qi auras. Wei Qi is a traditional Chinese medicine concept. It has to do with strong boundaries, energy. Wei Qi is protective, defensive Qi. It helps keep external energies external. Anyway, so those, you have 15 Wei Qi auras, and then you have your astral body aura and your physical body aura, so that's how you get 17. You just imagine them all around you, and comb through them. Just check, like, do I need aura repair? You know, if you don't, good for you, that's awesome. But if you have any rips in your 17 auras, then yes, you do need aura repair, and we're about to do it, and it's easy, so you're in luck. So just create with your intention, you don't have to see it, an image of a rip, an aura rip. And with your intention, you say, okay, well, this represents all the rips in my 17 auras. So we're calling it a composite copy rip. So it's a copy of all those rips. And you're going to clean it out and repair it. And therefore, you're going to be repairing all those rips. So you have your composite copy rip. Fill it up with gold light from your hands, sticky gold wax. So it's like with your intention, the gold light sticks and hardens to whatever's not you. So then you can lift it all out as a chunk and give it to your angels. Angels, here you go. So fill it up with sticky gold wax, lift out the junk as a chunk, and give it to your angels. Angels, here you go. You want to make sure that you're getting rid of the hard objects, because sometimes that is how the rip happened in the first place. Someone threw hard objects. Other times they throw just a blast of energy with no hard objects. But you want to get those objects out. So another sticky gold wax, have it stick to any leftover objects, hard objects, lift those out. Angels, here you go. And so now the gold light should be able to penetrate pretty well and repair the rip. And if you have any invasive beings in the way, just say, angels, can you recycle any invasive beings in the way of this aura repair work? And so that probably repaired most of the rips in your aura. You can double check, comb through all your auras. But you may have 1 or 2 leftover rips. So we'll do that process one more time quickly. So make a composite copy rip to represent any leftover rips that you still have. Fill it up with sticky gold wax. Lift out the junk. Angels, here you go. Fill it up with sticky gold wax. Lift out the junk. Angels, here you go. You could do like a collapsing gold net all around to catch up anything that's not you in there. Angels, here you go. Again, collapsing gold nets, tangle up whatever's not you, give it to your angels. And then use the gold light to repair. All right, excellent. So you could have some leftover hardness. Like, so you repaired the rips, but maybe there's like some layers, a couple layers of hardness somewhere, or around the edge of your aura, some leftover hardness. And you don't want leftover hardness because that just weakens your aura. Low is strength on an energy level. So leftover crunchy scars is not good. So you can just pile up any hard leftover junk in your space, bruises or scars, and melt them away with gold light. So imagine copies of all the leftover aura hardness in your space and melt it with. Okay, and double check the outer surface of all the 17 auras for any leaks. If you feel any leaks, it can feel like air coming out of a ball, an inflated ball, or air coming out of a tire. Choose cold light and repair up any leaks. They're not repairing it. It's because something is in the way and the gold light isn't making enough contact to fully repair. So that something in the way could be a leftover hard object just stuck in there, or it could be some invasive beings just hogging up the space there because energy's leaking and they like that. So you could just say, angels, if there are any invasive beings in the way of this repair work, can you please recycle them? And then you could do sticky gold wax all around the outer surfaces to remove any hard objects still there. Just remove the wax with the hard objects. Angels, here you go. Finish up your repair. All right, good. So then you could redo your gold buffer zones. And we're not going to repair gold mesh spheres this time just because we do that a lot. We'll skip it today. Oh, good job. That was aura repair. So you have 3 gold creative rings, 1, 2, 3, and they're a part of you as a spirit. They come and go with you. So like if you're asleep, your body's asleep in bed, your spirit, your astral body is on the astral, hopefully hanging out with your angels, having fun, taking classes, learning, getting healing, whatever. And so your creative rings are with you, your astral body on the astral. And then when you come back in, your creative rings and you come back. So it's good to repair them because if they get damaged, then it's not good. They don't do their job. They don't make enough gold light, and it's easy for people to cord if they're broken or damaged or cracked. So just imagine the 3 gold rings and use gold light and wash them off enough so that they're nice and clean, and then repair the cracks or broken parts. Let the gold light cause the ring to grow back. And you could have energy blocks within the rings or just above the rings. And so you can keep on blocking there. And sometimes I say this about your grounding, but it's true also around your creative rings. You could have blocks in or around your creative rings that relate to some issue that keeps going through your mind over and over. So you can just unblock extra in that area within the creative rings and just above the creative rings. It's always good to do, but especially if you feel like you're being distracted by something, some issue. And as you melt the cords from your creative rings, the flaps should relax and fall shut. So this would be when the flaps are not relaxed and there's cords sending energy in, which overwhelms the ring and makes the flaps pop out. So that's how you don't want it to look, but I did want to draw it so you can see. But then once you melt the cords, the flaps relax enough that they fall shut. So it's a nice smooth outer surface. So that's what you want. And that's true for the outer surface of the round opening of any of your chakras, really. They have flaps. And when you melt cords, the flaps relax and fall shut, which is better, safer. And you want to check that, does your gold light permeate well within the ring, or does it kind of just not soak in? You want the gold light to soak in so it can actually repair. But sometimes because of energy blocks and people coring the blocks, sending their energy in, it's got to go somewhere. And so it can coat the rings and the chakras and make them hard to heal then. So just double check that the gold light is being well absorbed by all three of your creative rings, not just the top one. You want really good flow, like your 7th chakra sends energy upward to the top of your 7th layer, and then it flows down through your 7th layer all the way to the bottom, and then your 7th chakra draws it back up all the way through your space up into your 7th chakra again. Okay, so you want to have a nice smooth route there. And I mentioned it in the creative ring section just because the more unblocked your creative rings are, the better the smoother that process is. All right, cool. Okay, so I'm going to do something a little different today because of how I discussed it already in the intro, in the overview section. I want to geek out a little extra on repairing the physical body 3rd chakra. Physical 3rd. But then I'll repair all major and minor chakras of the body and spirit. But physical 3rd chakra. So yellow is actually a good color for the 3rd chakra. So this is just the one for your physical body. Just imagine a copy out in front of you of your physical 3rd chakra. And send it gold light from your hands and your hand chakras and your fingertip chakras. And just check to see, is it soaking in to all this part right here, because this is the part that, on either end, this is the part that's most likely to have damage, cracks, missing chunks. You can have damage anywhere, but especially around near the openings. So just check, is the gold light really absorbing properly? If it's not, just lift out the junk. Angels, here you go. Lift out the junk. Angels, here you go. The gold light absorbing properly into your physical 3rd chakra. And I had said when we did unblocking the creative rings just a moment ago that, they could have like a coating on them that's blocking the gold light absorption because you have energy blocks and someone's coating the energy blocks, and then that energy goes in and gets in the way everywhere else. So that could be true for your 3rd chakra as well. Like somewhere there's an energy block that allows someone to send energy in that's coating your 3rd chakra. So we don't have to worry if the energy block's up here, or maybe it's in front or in back of your third layer or something. But just any energy blocks that are making it easier for invasive energy to get in your third chakra, just melt those energy blocks. So just imagine a big stack, whatever energy blocks are making it more likely that you'll have invasive energy around your third chakra. Just melt those energy blocks. You could blow them up too if you're just healing yourself. All right, so now one more time, try healing your physical body third chakra. Check, is the gold light being absorbed really, really fully? Of course, melt cords from other people going into the chakras, the physical third chakra. Let the flaps relax around the round openings. So again, if the flaps are open, it would look like that. I mean, it wouldn't be gold though, it would be yellow, hopefully, for your third chakra. But that would be with irritated flaps open. But if you melt the cords enough and repair enough, the flaps should relax and fall shut. So then your energy flows through the big round openings, but it makes it harder for other people to cord. All right, good. So that is third chakra, physical body, third chakra repair. I just wanted to make sure I did that extra. And blocked it extra too. So the blocks can sort of appear around the round openings. So just you can kind of ease them out with your fingers and blow them up or melt them with gold light. Ease them out, melt them with gold light. And if there are any invasive beings, just hand them to the angels, you know, ease them out. Angels, here you go. Ease them out. Angels, here you go. You could say, you know, any angels, if there are any invasive beings interfering with especially the physical body third chakra, can you please recycle them? Okay. Good enough. So then let's just do the standard repairing of all chakras. So use composite copy technique. So same shape, but with your intention, you have it represent all your major and minor chakras, even like tiny chakras that are like acupuncture points and stuff. Just all major and minor chakras of your body and spirit. And go ahead, do the same repair idea for that. Melt cords, unblock. Drag out any invasive beings. Angels, here you go. Drag them out. Angels, here you go. Drag them out. Angels, here you go. Say, angels, if there are any invasive beings interfering with this repair and unblocking, can you please recycle them? Lift out any blocks. You can blow them up or melt them with gold light. And again, your intention is you want to do what's healthy and gentle to do right now. So as you have that intention, then you just proceed, right? So lift out any blocks that are from all your chakras that are healthy and gentle to get rid of right now. Lift them out and blow them up or melt them with gold light. Lift them out, blow them up or melt them. Melt the cords. Let the flaps relax. And we could do that same thing where we just imagine any energy blocks that are making it easier for invasive energy to be around your chakras. And just imagine a big pile of energy blocks that basically people are courting, that or beings are courting, and just melt those energy blocks. All right. All right, good enough. So that is repair and unblocking of all your chakras. We could just make sure that we're unblocking for the theme. So you can lift out, to the extent that's healthy and gentle, lift out any blocks that get in the way of your productivity, self-assertiveness, clarity, decisiveness, all that good stuff. So lift out any productivity baggage, and you can blow it up or melt it away. Got the productivity baggage. You can say, angels, is it okay to clear all this? And then just blow it up or melt it away. Lift out the productivity baggage. Angels, is it okay to clear all this? And melt it away. Without productivity baggage. Angels, is this okay? Okay, woohoo! Good job. Good job, good job. All right, so I'm going to combine a bunch of things, which I have done before. I just didn't do it last time. So where we're going to be unblocking is behind, I'll show on Aikido. So it's this area back here in both your astral body aura and your spirit and your physical body aura, and in and around your physical body neck, and these acupuncture points at the base of your skull. But then we're also going to do some shoulder work and tree trunk unblocking. A tree trunk meaning like you want to be able to come in as a spirit from the top down and kind of attach and be present in all your major joints. So like hip joints, shoulder joints, knee joints, ankle joints, big toe. So it's like a tree trunk shape, how you would come in. But it's also, if this area is blocked up, then that's how invasive energy could come in, like some invasive person or an invasive being. So here's the trunk of the tree in the metaphor, and then, you know, the root flare at the base of the tree, that's, you know, the major joints there. So that's the root flare. So that's like sort of a tree trunk image. That's why I call it tree trunk unblocking. So we're unblocking up here, any energy blocks and any energy blocks in those major joints. So because we want you to be able to be really present there. If it's nice and flowing, then you can be there and there's no room for anybody else. Ideal. Okay, so we'll just combine all that together. That was explaining. So now we'll do. So I'll explain as I do. So if you're experienced and you know what I'm saying, just don't let it distract you from your healing work. But good karma windows are in the back here in your astral body auras. And they're like triple frame windows, 7 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. 1 in each astral body aura layer. You want them to be repaired and whole and have very flowing energy around them. So that is just you and only good benevolent things coming through that are supposed to come through, like a small amount of uplifting energy from the moon and the stars, and good karma from the universe helping you out, and your manifestation energy coming in. Only good stuff. You just melt away any blocks. And there might be, you know, invasive people or invasive beings sort of woven through that area. So you can imagine them like ropes, maybe, that go through the windows and go into the base of skull points or the upper chakras. And if there is any of that happening, just gather the ropes together, or the invasive beings and invasive people, and freeze them and drag them out. Give them to your angels. Angels, here you go. So use gold lights around them, freeze them, lift them out. Angels, here you go. So again, any invasive energies, just imagine them. If you want, imagine them like ropes. You don't have to, but that's maybe making it more concrete and easy. And surround them in gold light, lift them out. Angels, here you go. And base of skull points. So those are the dots on this is a diagram of traditional Chinese medicine meridians. The dots are actual chakras, acupuncture points. And so the base of skull points are those 2 horizontal rows of dots, one at the level of the top of the ear, one at the level of the bottom of the ear. And so just they're chakras, so they'd be like this, oriented this way, because they fit into the meridian. And so those meridians are all going right there, going straight up and down. So the chakra would be oriented this way. And it's just to keep the energy flow. You know, that's one of the main purposes of a chakra. They generate energy, creating energy, but they also just keep it flowing. So you just imagine these little energy centers, and if they're crushed, use so much gold light that they uncrush. If they have hard objects stuck in them, you just have the hard objects pop out and blow up. And you might have energy blocks in your auras right behind the base of skull points. You can kind of comb through and catch the hard plates of energy behind your base of skull points and melt those plates of energy away. And you can do a little bit of healing on your spine. Any bone can be healed and unblocked. Bones are really kind of cool because they're like good conduits of energy. So hopefully your energy. So the more flowing and unblocked they are, the easier it is for you to be present there and just kind of resonate your essence through your body in a validating way, and feels good. So anyway, your sternum bone is especially cool at the base of your like right there in the middle of that diagram. So that shows your pelvis. Right, those 2 big bones are your ilium bones, and then in the middle that's your sacrum, which is at the base of your spine. So we can extra unblock your sacrum. You want to make sure the flow can go up and down in all these bones. So from your toes all the way up to the top of your head, from the head all the way down to your toes, and then from your head down to your fingertips and back up. Nice unrestricted flow. So just keep combing out that area. Flow zone is that area back here, but of your physical body aura, and includes your neck and around your neck, in your neck and around. So there's no windows there, but there's just the layers of your physical body aura that, you know, wrap all around you. So there's 7 layers. Just comb through, and any hardness in your flow zone, go ahead and melt it. And in and around your physical neck. You want it to just be nice, flowy energy of yours. And you can have hard objects, sort of like old devices around your neck. So you can look for those and melt them away. If you want to, you can, you know, touch your neck a little, comfort your body, just say, hey, everything's okay. Right in front of your 5th chakra. Your 5th chakra is right here, throat chakra, round opening in the front, round opening in the back. You can just unblock that a little extra. Healthy beverage. I mentioned we would do the tree trunk stuff, tree trunk unblocking and unblocking for your shoulders. So do that. So energy is supposed to flow down your neck, down your shoulders, down your arms, out your hands. Your energy. So that energy is like extra energy from your 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th that just branches out. But it can't do that if you're leaking, you know, if you have hard objects and holes and stuff in that area. And you could have energy blocks in anywhere around your shoulders, above your shoulders, that just kind of weigh it down, make it all hard, and then it stops this energy flow that's really important for your manifesting. So just unblock your auras around your shoulders. And they can be all sorts of patterns, like a V pattern, the energy blocks. Or like I said, that tree trunk pattern, like above your head. And block there. And then in your major tree trunk joints, your shoulder joints, your hip joints, your knee joints, your ankle joints. So you want you to be there, right? Nice flowy energy of yours. Melt away blocks that are So just take a few deep breaths, see how that feels, all the work you did. Need to do any stretching, gentle stretching, go ahead, of course. Breathe into all your major joints. All right, good enough. Good job, good job. Double confetti to that one. Great job, woohoo! You're amazing. Okay. So we're gonna free your mind. I'm gonna help you process if there's stuff that your mind is stuck on. And because for productivity, you do need to be able to think. And you do need to kind of be in the mood for it. And so if your mind is train wrecked on something, for example, that's kind of sad, or, you know, for any reason, your mind is too preoccupied, you're not going to be, it can affect your productivity really easily, like totally stop it or just make it too hard to get things done. So let's free your mind. So what we're aiming for is the deeper stuff that your mind is stuck on, not like maybe every little conscious thing that your mind is stuck on, but a deeper thing. So just imagine, and I'm going to hold it in my hands for me, but you can imagine it out in front of you if you don't like feeling things. But imagine, okay, so what is your mind stuck on? You know, that's in the way of your productivity. And just imagine it could just look like a big pile of energy, and or several piles of energy. And you can use your intuition and be like, you know, is this some kind of issue that I can intuit what it is? You know, and it could be like a conflict with somebody, or just the fact that, you know, some concern about your age or your health, or finances or something. But something that your mind is kind of preoccupied with. And just go ahead and imagine it like, you know, a physical thing, like a lump or a pile of junk or whatever, and melt it away. So it doesn't really like fix the fact that, you know, say you're in your 50s or you have this financial issue, but it processes the energy. So your mind doesn't have to be quite as stuck on it. So again, now that you melted that, let's do it again. So what is your mind preoccupied with or stuck on? And just imagine it as a bunch of objects that you can melt. So whatever they look like, and just, you can intuit what this is if you want, but that's not essential. Just melt the objects away that you're imagining that represent what your mind is stuck on. And this is conscious and subconscious mind. So, you know, it can kind of surprise you what your mind was train wrecking on. So let's do a little more of that. Just either on a gold blanket out in front of you or in your hands. Imagine like what is your mind too busy with? Too busy to be productive, right? So what is it? And just imagine it like objects or a pile of something, and then go ahead and melt it away with lots of gold light. And you can, there might be people cording this energy, so just melt away cords going into the objects, and then just go ahead and melt the object. And if they're not melting, you can give them to your angels. Angels, can you help me with these? All right, so we'll do it one more time. What is your mind preoccupied with? Is your mind too busy to be productive? And maybe just subconsciously. So just imagine what's your mind busy with, and just imagine them as objects, and go ahead and melt the objects. And so that'll just help you process so that your mind isn't so overly busy with this issue or overly stuck on this issue. All right, good job, good job. Okay. So, timing is a thing, sometimes you want to do something right now, but it's better to do it tomorrow, or the next day or something. And your angels know that. And so they may be causing you to delay in a way that, is positive. But probably more often than not, delays that you have in your productivity are just because of baggage that you have. And I was looking at a sample person, and she is waiting for, this person to be happy in her life, and this person to be happy in her life, and this person to be, nice to her. And then, she can do this project. So she's waiting in a way that is unnecessary and pointless. So are you waiting? Are you waiting? And that's why some of your productivity or some of your projects, some of your manifesting is not happening. So again, you could be waiting because your angels have asked you to wait. They've told you it's not time yet. But what we're going to be doing is clearing any baggage that could be fueling the whole waiting and delay of your involved in your productivity, right? So we'll just call it delay baggage or waiting baggage, right? And so just make giant piles out in front of you of all your, and you can put it in nice gold boxes if that's better for you, whatever you want. But just put all your waiting and delay baggage out in front of you, and just say, angels, is it okay to clear all this right now? And then you can just blow it up with epic, colorful fireworks if you want, or just melt them with gold light. And any leftover you can just hand to your angels. Angels, can you help me with these? So we'll do that just one more time. So put out in front of you any delay baggage or waiting baggage, any baggage that causes you to procrastinate and put off things for not a positive reason, not a healthy reason, right? So any unhealthy delay and procrastination baggage, waiting baggage, right? And just blow it all up or just melt it all with gold light. All right. Good job. Good job. Woohoo. You don't have to wait. It's okay. Okay, so I'm looking at a sample person, and he's somebody's husband that is getting the healings, although he does know he's getting the healings, which makes him unique. I'm healing a lot of husbands that don't consciously know, that on a spirit level say, yes, please, I need the healing, heal me. But consciously they don't know, which is fine. I call that telepathic consent, and that's okay. But this husband knows he's getting healings, actually. And but anyway, he has some fear of failure, and fear of disappointing others. Oops. Oops. Okay, so I've already been talking about this a little, but so anyway, this sample person that I'm healing, he is afraid of disappointing his coworkers, his boss, and his family members, and it can be frustrating, and even maybe somewhat paralyzing, and definitely a mood killer. So it's, you want to just be like, yeah, I'm a rock star, I can do this, You don't want to be like, oh my God, everyone's gonna hate me because I can't do it right, That's gonna really not help. So so let's clear all that, right? So just you can make a big gold blanket out in front of you, or just hold it in your hand if you want, whatever. But put out in front of you all your fear of success, your fear of failure, your fear of disappointing others, your fear of angering others, any of that type of thing that's in the way of your productivity. Just, fear of it going too well or too not well, or everybody's mad at you, whatever, right? And just say, angels, is it okay to clear all this right now? And then go ahead and blow it all up, or just melt it with gold light. So we'll do that one more time. Big gold blanket out in front of you. Put onto it all copies of all your fear of success, fear of failure, fear of disappointing others, fear of people being mad at you. And you can say, angels, is it okay to clear all this right now? And you can blow it all up or melt it with gold light. And if you have any left over, you can wrap it up in the gold blanket and give it to your angels. Angels, can you help me with all that? Okay, so we did this last time too. Go ahead. I think it's a good compliment to what we just did, the clearing that we just did. Go ahead and make energy healing flowers for yourself out of universal healing energy. It could be rainbow colors, gold light, both, or both. And make them at the vibration that you need to congratulate yourself for having succeeded at the projects that you want to work on. So it's like you're anticipating your success. And congratulating yourself for it. And that's a way of helping you to become more comfortable with the feeling of accomplishing your goal, right? So just make a lot of success flowers for yourself to congratulate yourself. And say, angels, can you check my flowers? So then they'll help you tune it to just the right vibration. And give yourself those flowers. And again, just make a whole bunch of energy healing flowers for yourself. Tune them to the vibration that you need to congratulate yourself, validate yourself for succeeding. That not only can you succeed, but you will succeed, and as if you have already succeeded, just like a real congratulatory energy, right? And the angels, can you check these flowers for me? And give them to yourself. And you can breathe into all your major joints. Breathe into your groundings and your auras. And just center yourself. Find your calmness. Find your confidence with your productivity. Keep breathing. All right, good job. Woohoo. So first we did, we cleared fear of success, fear of failure, fear of disappointing others, and then we did success flowers to congratulate yourself for success. I'm going to look at a sample person, see what we should do next. I'll be quiet for a minute as I do that. Okay, so yin-yang balance. We did this, I believe we did this in the triplet set earlier this month to help with productivity and just help overall. And I was looking and the angels would like us to do it again. So sometimes if you're trying to force yourself to be productive, you might get like a little bit stuck in imbalance where you like try to push, and you're just not doing enough self-care or enough self-nurturing or enough like peacefulness kind of a thing. And so you're like trying to force yourself. And so you can kind of burn out or just be unproductive because you're like trying too hard, sort of. So if we're going to clear baggage in the way so that you can be balanced, so you can like work and play, balance work and play, balance doing with just being, and, you know, having rest versus creating, you know, productivity and self-care, just, you know, extrovert, introvert, you know, like all this sort of balance stuff. So we're going to clear baggage in the way of you having balance in your life. Because being productive and being very productive shouldn't have to mean that you sacrifice your health and your sanity, right? And really, you know, like sometimes I say, when your life is over and you're in heaven and you're looking back on what you did, having balance is probably going to be something that you're pretty proud of if you did have more and more balance, versus like, okay, I stayed up all night and I got that project done. Are you really going to be proud of that when you're in heaven later looking and be like, I got a little too intense there. So, or, maybe like you just got so burnt out that then you were not productive at all for like a really long period of time. So, the balance is going to help with that, right? So let's just clear baggage in the way of you having balance. And I say yin-yang balance, but it's sort of just balance in general, in your life. Okay, cool. So that was explaining. So let's do. All right. So you can imagine your baggage however pleases you. Make a big old blanket in front of you, pile it on that, or make, gold dumpsters, fill up your gold dumpsters with your baggage. But it's baggage in the way of you having more and more balance in your life, like a healthy balance, which I already explained what that is. So anyway, just any baggage in the way of you having balance, more and more and more healthy balance. And say, angels, is it okay to clear all this baggage right now? Or your angels will take stuff that's too much to do right now and just blow up or melt away with gold light whatever is left. Any baggage that messes with your ability to have and increase the balance in your life. And sometimes you think like, okay, but I can't have balance right now because of this, this, and this. But if you clear the baggage underlying it, then you could surprise yourself with like little ways of tweaking things. Okay. So again, put out in front of you copies of any baggage you have in the way of you having healthy balance in life. The productivity and the other stuff. Self-care, fun, play, rest, like good stuff, right? It could be that, maybe once you get productive, you get kind of compulsive about it and you forget everything else. That's not good, right? So again, put out in front of you any baggage in the way of you having balance, productivity and balance and healthy balance in your life, right? And say, angels, is it okay to clear all this right now? And then you can blow it up or melt it with gold light, all that baggage in the way of you having healthy balance with your productivity. And if you have any left over, you can just wrap it up in gold light, give it to your angels. Angels, can you help me with all this? Couple deep breaths. So sometimes it's hard to be productive or to be sure about a major decision or choice that you're making, just because there's too many parts of you far off that are like distracting you, with anxiety or anger or confusion or fear or whatever. And so those parts of you kind of checked out, but you still feel what they're feeling. So it's like, it makes you feel like you're in 20 places at once. It's not good. So just imagine the part of you that is in and around your body, and then imagine any far off parts that kind of spun out because they wanted to run away and avoid, or they were angry or sad or whatever. Just so those far off parts of you that aren't near you, just use a lot of gold light and give them a healing. And some of them might be very quiet and just sort of stuck and frozen, and some might be really freaking out. Doesn't matter, just heal them all. Say, hey, it's okay. Try to be comforting. Send them comforting messages like, it's okay. Get you healed. All right. Maybe those parts of you felt like, oh, I did something wrong, and then you got so scared about it. Just so you be comforting. Just say, hey, it's okay. You didn't do anything wrong. It's all right. Everything's okay. And you can say, angels, can you finish up, help me finish healing these parts of me? And just keep breathing, because as those parts get healed, as your angels finish up healing those parts of you, then the energy can come back to you, and you don't have to be stuck on those things anymore. Okay, I'm going to look one more time at a sample person, so I'll be quiet for a minute. Okay, so this will help. This can help with productivity, but also just taking any big step forward, significant step forward for you. So I was looking at a sample person, and she has, I mean, all the things that we've done already have been helping, but then it's like she still is really hesitant to make this big step forward. And she has these heavy bands of energy, hard energy from her dad around her wrists and around her ankles. And there's no agreement associated with it. He just put them there. And at the time, I think she was just like in a really passive space. And so she didn't do anything about it. And they're still there. So it makes it hard for her to be autonomous and do something very independent, or relatively more independent. So the control devices that we're going to be removing could be like that they just block you from being autonomous, independent. And when you think about it, productivity can be sort of an autonomous thing. You're getting your own projects done. even if you work for someone else and it's like a work related project, it's like you yourself are doing it, you know, so it's like a validation of you as a person and you as a creator. So you could just have some devices around your astral body or your physical body or around your auras that really make it hard for that to happen. You could have them from exes, ex partners that you've had in this life or past lives, or parents from this life, parents from past lives, bossy siblings, all sorts of places. So you don't have to worry where they're from or exactly the function of them, but we can just remove them, right? So just imagine yourself, your whole space, really, your groundings, unblock your groundings a little bit, a lot of it. You want to be like big, wide flowing waterfalls all the way down to the core of the earth, unblock them, make them red or orange or yellow, both the same color. And just imagine your physical body, your astral body, your auras, your groundings, and any devices that rob you of your ability to be productive, or impair your ability to be productive, or impair your ability to be autonomous and independent, make your own big choices, make your big steps forward that you want to make. So just imagine any devices. They may be like, you know, wrist and ankle devices or somewhere else. Doesn't really matter. Just imagine them, surround them in gold light, move them out, say, angels, can you take these for me? And if you have any agreements related to those devices, you can imagine the spiritual agreements like big stacks of paper and just melt them away. Any unhealthy agreements that make you keep control devices, just melt them away. And so you can imagine that one more time. Just imagine yourself, your astral body, your physical body, your auras, your groundings, and any devices anywhere in your space, above you, around you, whatever, control devices that impair your ability to be productive and or independent, autonomous, make your steps forward, right? So imagine any control devices like that, just surround them in gold light, move them out. Angels, here you go. And you can just comb through everywhere, wash all those areas out with gold light. And you can just, you know, make up your own affirmations about how you have the right to be autonomous. You have the right to be productive. You have the right to make your own choices and decisions. All right, good job. So we'll do some butterflies to celebrate that one. Yay, good job, good job. Oops, I kept the explaining up the whole time. Sorry about that. All right. All right, Izzy, take it easy. Okay, so we're going to call your energy back from wherever it went. I was looking at one woman and she's less productive because all her energy is thinking about the holiday season in December. So if your energy is in the future, like if you're kind of preoccupied subconsciously or consciously with something that's going to happen in the future, then it's possible that too much of your energy is in the future and therefore you're not here enough to have the power to get stuff done and, take good care of yourself. Same thing with the past. If a major life event happened in the past and you haven't finished your processing from it, that could cause a bunch of your energy to sit in the past and then you're not here enough. So we're going to help you clear baggage and call the energy back. So I guess it'll be two things. All right. So first we'll just call your energy back the regular way. Just make a gold magnet, a 3D gold magnet, whatever shape you like a sphere or pyramid or cube, whatever. And use it like a magnet and call back your energy from the future, from the past, from, wherever. Maybe somebody took it, you gave it to somebody. Call back your unique life force because it doesn't help other people. It only works for you. So call it all back into your magnet. And then say, angels, can you clean all this out? Clean all this off and then give it to yourself. Okay, so that was calling back your energy. So then maybe you have some baggage and that's why still some of your energy is sitting in the present or the past or in someone else's space. So just imagine any baggage that causes you to not bring that energy back to the present. And say, angels, is it okay to clear all this baggage right now? And then go ahead and melt it away with gold light or blow it up. Again, this is baggage that's causing you to stay in the past or the future or in someone else's space. So one more time, imagine any baggage that causes you to kind of fixate on the future or the past or on a person or something so that a bunch of your energy is not with you here and now. And imagine that baggage and just melt it away. All right, couple deep breaths. Okay, so this is one of the last things we will be doing. Go ahead. We're gonna bring in your new productivity energy that maybe hasn't automatically come in. Ideally, it just automatically comes in now and in the next, day or 2 or 3 or 4. But sometimes it kind of queues up, sort of like an airplane that's waiting to land at the airport and it doesn't have clearance yet. And it's your energy, but it could just be a little blocked or you could be a little too blocked for it to come in. So just imagine yourself and then imagine if you have any bunches of your new productivity energy that is your energy. It just is waiting and unable to come in at the moment. And just unblock your auras, especially above your head. And unblock those pieces of energy just so if it's possible, that new productivity energy can come in right now, or at least start to come in right now. And just check to see, you know, is that energy coming in, or did it already come in now? You could say, you know, angels, can you help me bring in my new productivity energy? All right. So, we'll do a little wrap up. So, just imagine all your 17 auras, your physical body, your astral body are inside there. Both your groundings, comb through it all with gold light. Your major chakras along your spine, just use like a big, nice, big, wide band of gold light all the way through that area. Unblock your grounding. Groundings, plural, both your groundings. Unblock the bottom of your auras. So all your auras wrap around beneath you. And if this is blocked up, then even if your grounding is flowing well, it just like holds stuff in that you're trying to release. So unblock down here and all around here. Especially if you have like sort of restless legs when you're trying to sleep, definitely unblock all around your legs, all the way from your waist all the way down, the first 2 aura layers, just everywhere right up against your skin. Just unblock. Below your feet, above your head. So we're unblocking your auras near the bottom and beneath your feet. So around your waist, all the way down beneath your feet. Empty USPs. That stands for unprocessed stress pots. It's you don't actually have pots in your space, but it is a visual, easier way to check to see if you have unprocessed stress just kind of bottling you up, you know, so that you're not ready for new events in your life. So you imagine any pots, your unprocessed stress pots, where it's like your sort of like capacity for unprocessed stress, and check all your pots, even the ones that you're hiding from yourself, and check, are they full? Are they half full? Are they mostly empty? Are they empty? And you want them to be empty because you don't want a lot of unprocessed stress around. So just use gold light and melt all the contents of your pots so that you're processing all your stress, so that you feel bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and ready for whatever comes your way. Right? You don't want to be already full of stress, so that, you know, the next thing that happens is just you overflow, right? You want to just catch up. So just go ahead, use gold light. It's easier than you think, and just melt it all away. And if some of the pots are not melting, emptying, just check for cords from other people and melt away those cords so that the pots can empty. That way you're ready for whatever comes, because you've caught up on your processing. So if you like unprocessed stress pots, the exercise that we did right after the 5 essentials, the free your mind exercise, is like taking it a couple steps further. So all the empty unprocessed stress pots fans, don't snooze on that free your mind section that we did. A good one. Alrighty. And then STEBs stands for stubborn triggered energy blocks. It's just stuff that is still blocked up even though we've done so many clearing techniques. So just imagine any stubborn triggered energy blocks that are still bothering you on any level. Just stack them up out in front of you and melt cords from other people going into them with gold light. And just melt them all away. You could blow them up. You don't want any blocked energy just hanging out, bugging you. Right? So again, any leftover stubborn triggered energy blocks, just stack them up out in front of you. You could bring up red earth energy, soak them in the red earth energy, melt cords going into them from other people, and just let them melt away. Use gold light. There you go. All right. So as we wrap up, just ask your angels to help you with that. The angels, can you help me wrap up this healing? Angels, can you help me with my productivity? Angels, can you help me get shit done? Angels don't mind swearing, by the way. It's okay. That's a people thing. Angels, can you help me with self-assertiveness, with decisiveness, with clarity? All right. Good job. You're amazing. Woohoo! Good job, good job, good job, good job. Healing. All right. All right. So I have a suggestion for people that are chatting their comments. A, thank you for your chat comments in advance. But B, if you are posting something that's a question for me, what you could do, and this is true for video comments you make as well, or emails, if you email me a question ever, you can hand the question to your angels. Like imagine the question or the issue and hand it to your angels and say, angels, can you help me with this? So that way you're starting the learning process on subconscious levels, and you're making yourself ready for your angels' help with it. And so that also means that you probably won't be dumping your problem in my space, which is easier for me then, and I'll have more clarity therefore, and can hear the angels better. And so it's sort of an all-around win-win if you do that. So I would suggest that for like if you're, well, in general, like if you're emailing your boss some issue or something, just hand it to your angels first and say, angels, can you help me with this? And then, as you email the person, you've already started working with your angels on it, and you're getting assistance that way, because that's really the best assistance of all, is help from your angels, right? Not that you can't ask me a question, of course, but it's always lighter, and it's more likely that you'll get, better insight, either in the moment when I'm saying something, or later in your sleep, or when you wake up, or it'll kind of trickle in when your angels finally get it through to you in 2 days from now or something. So just a suggestion, if you want, you hand your questions to your angels, and then of course you could still type them if you want. But I am going to try to go through things quickly. We'll see how that works out. So this is hi, Janet from cloudy Portland. Yes. Hello to you from cloudy Olympia, Washington, which is about 2 hours north of you in traffic. Someone says Unique is still in Chicago and one of my favorites. Oh, good. So yeah, so Unique thrift stores in Chicago. Yeah, where this came from. I'm sure. Ah, yeah, Unique thrift store. I have other shirts from there still too. So this is hi Janet, just tuning in now from coastal Pacifica, Florida. Well, hello to you. Sounds very nice. Thanks for the flower emojis. That's cute. Someone says hello from Ottawa, Canada. Hello to you. Sunny days. Oh, that's nice. I'm looking forward to learning the healing techniques today. I have a pretty steady, high-pitched energy hissing in my right ear, which chakras to clear, heal our ears. I mean, I guess, of course, I always want to say, things can be just medical. So if you haven't gotten a persistent physical issue checked out medically speaking with a practitioner that you trust, that's usually a good idea if you if you trust the practitioner. So whether it's a Western practitioner or like a traditional Chinese medicine practitioner, it's always a good idea if you trust that practitioner and you're comfortable with that style of medicine. But for purely energy advice, I would say like good karma windows in the back. There's just a little bit of interference there in windows 3, 2, and 1. So I'm just using like red earth energy and gold light and just doing a little extra repair the outer edge of your good karma windows. 3, 2, and 1. And just line up in any invasive beings that could be contributing to that auditory effect that you're experiencing, and ask the angels to recycle them. Fifth layer in the back. There are a couple like being tunnels, about 6. So you just say, angels, can you recycle any beings that have come through these tunnels? Can you recycle the tunnels and seal it all up? So the answer to your question is 5th chakra and 5th layer, and any good karma window at all. I would double check. So I've been doing that with you. There probably are some cool meridians that might help, but I don't think that's going to be the biggest effect. I would just say more good karma window. And then back of 5th layer. Because you're not quite there in the back of your 5th layer in the right side. So I would just keep asking angels to recycle the beings in that area. And then you want to look for like underlying things, why that area is so not where you would be. And so there are some, like, they look like stepping stones, like literally on a path. They're white. Looks like from your mom from when you were a kid, the back of your 5th layer. It's like maybe you kept asking a certain question and she was like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Stop asking. So there you go. They're coming out. Yeah, so now the area is beginning to be more blue and less white, but that could be something that you just keep working, you know, keep getting the hard devices, hard pieces of energy from people, hard energy blocks out. Because, you know, it's like you're a fish, you want to swim through water. You can't swim through hard things. Like fish can't swim through rocks, right? So just get rid of more and more rocks from this area, the back of your fifth layer, especially on the right side. But you want to do both sides just so that if there are any invasive beings, they don't just hop over to the other side. But it does seem like especially hard back here in the back fifth layer on the right. But anyway, so I don't know if that helped yet. You could post if it did, but otherwise that would be an area you could keep working. Hope that helps. Someone says, tuning in late from Ireland. Mom has been whacking me on the head all day and now whacking my throat. She is really a piece of work, isn't she? She must really hate this healing. I think she just hates you. I laugh. I'm very used to, I call them guppy moms, guppy parents. You know, guppies eat their young. Like guppies, they're really cool looking fish with like very pretty tails, but they literally eat their young. And they have so many babies and they just like, you know, so the babies have to like run fast away, swim fast away from them so they don't get eaten to hide in the plants in the fish tank so they don't get eaten by the parents. So in human, you know, parent-child existence, you know, people like to idealize, oh, they're your parents, they're your family, of course you reconcile with them, of course, you know, everyone like just loves to think that, you know, everything can be fixed among parents and children. But, you know, sometimes there are guppy parents and they're just through and through till their last breath. They have these destructive impulses towards their children. It can be very extreme. So anyway, yeah, there's that. I said hi to your mom and I said, Karma? And she just kind of looked at me and she ran off. So maybe she'll stop whacking you for like a half hour now. It's just, you know, I mean, sometimes that's, you know, what you can do is just like, I mean, if they're already whacking the crap out of you, then talking to them doesn't make it worse, you know. You can just point out the might not be in their best interest to keep that up because, you know, the karma for that is just not pretty. You know, whatever the universe will make them go through later to finally realize the error of their ways, you know. But anyway, yeah. But other times, you know, like if my birth father's doing that to me, I'll, you know, on a spirit level, I'll just be like karma, you know. And but then sometimes it doesn't work. Like he's so frustrated, and I'll just be like, "So you having a bad day?" You know, I'll just talk to him about whatever, and and he eventually just goes away, and I think it helps. I think maybe he won't whack me then for like a couple days. Because I don't know, sometimes people just they're just preoccupied with something, you know, and just get stuck on whatever reason they hate you or whatever reason they're mad at you, and if you give them a chance to talk it out, it might help. I mean, they're kicking the shit out of you anyway. It can't get worse. So you just have a like a park bench style shoot the shit telepathy with them. See if that helps them process. If you want. Makes it interesting at least. Okay, so yeah, have fun with that. You look okay. I mean, nothing major is damaged yet, except like the top of half your auras. You know, like if this is the top of your aura, then like it's like there's like a valley this deep so far. So just get rid of the hard objects and start healing that up so that it's all healed, and then redo your gold buffer zones. Someone says, thanks, Janet. Was that me with the wrist ankle devices from my dad? It was somebody else that I was looking at, but you had them as well. The angels tend to pick somebody who has something that a lot of people have, so it's helpful to everyone. So yeah, wrist and ankles are very common places to have your autonomy sort of taken from you on a spirit level. So yeah, not just you, but yes, it was you as well. But you were not the sample person that I had noticed at the moment. So it says, uh-oh, you're cutting in and out. Oh, that sucks so hard. Is that still true? Oh, I was saying such nice things. Hello? Let me know if my sound is okay now. Yes, still true. So I'm still cutting in and out. Let me know. I am talking continually. La, la, la. Yes, still true. That's kind of vague. Let me see. YouTube probably gives me no useful information whatsoever about this. Let's see. It says stream is healthy. Stream health is excellent, which apparently is not true. Let's see. You are still cut in and out. Oh, that sucks. I'm going to unplug and plug back in my microphone. It probably won't help, but why not try? So, see. Oh, hello. Hello. Someone else says it's fine for them. Isn't that interesting? You guys are in different parts of the world, so I don't know. But yeah, let more people, if more people could give me feedback about my sound and how it's doing, that would be good. Thank you in advance. Lorenzo, how's my sound? Oh, my husband says it's fine. Yeah, maybe that one person, maybe maybe it's just you. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, somebody else says it's fine. So I've gotten multiple reports from the US and abroad now that the sound is okay. So maybe it's local to you. I'm kind of relieved about that. But somebody else did say at one point I was breaking up. Okay. Someone says, thank you, Janet. I was feeling super tired an hour ago, but feel much better and more present now. Oh, good. Glad the healing helps. Someone says, thank you so much for this healing set. I appreciate your teaching these techniques and make it easy to follow along. My mind feels quiet. Ooh, how nice. Getting people out of my space helped a bunch. Yay. This is, how did my daughter respond to this set of healings? Interesting. Okay. So I asked your daughter how she did, and at first she kept mentioning techniques that she liked the best for you. And then finally she said one that helped her the most. So for you, she liked the yin-yang balance, having more balance in your life. She liked you having more balance. And then she liked you, there was something else. Stop waiting to do things. She liked that for you. But then for her, she liked the call your energy back, because sometimes she'll have her energy at the other house that she stays in, and sometimes you know, when she's in one place, some of her energy will be in the other place. So she thought that was fun to call it all back into the same place at the same time. So, but yeah, she did great. Her grounding looks fine, and she looks like she's pretty happy right now. Her second layer, her first and second layer right up against her body gets a little blocked. So like, just unblocking a little extra under her feet. There. So if you wanted to, you could do that. Just unblock a little extra under her feet, just like first and second layer of her physical body. Get that flowing. All right. Someone says, thank you, Janet. Wanted to know if angels suggest anything I can work on. Been sick again lately. I think you could keep, I don't know if you asked that same question 2 days ago or not, but there was a section in the last healing. 2 sections actually in a row. One was give your body comforting messages, and the other one was remove manipulations contributing to body illness, injury, or accidents. So give your body comforting messages and then remove manipulations contributing to body illness, injury, and accidents. So that's that was in the last healing, the 1 of 2, healing 1 of 2. So they're all in the same playlist, which is linked in the info section of this video. But yeah, your angels say just keep redoing that one, those 2. And sometimes you have people in your space and it about your illness and it blocks angel help. So like just maybe with your intention, just say, I'm letting my angels fully heal me. I'm letting my angels fully heal my body, mind, and spirit. You know, and just imagine, because people, it's hard for angels have great boundaries, but it's harder for people to have boundaries. And so if they're worried about you being sick or they're frustrated because you're sick or whatever, they can get in your space about it. And then it can block some of the angel help. I mean, your angels are still helping you, but to receive their help as much as possible, you know, on all levels, including physical, just imagine like removing other people's energy out of the way. So you can just kind of, you know, you say, I'm fully letting my angels heal my body. I'm fully letting my angels heal my mind, my emotions, my spirit, whole bunch. Okay, helps. Someone says, thank you for the healing, Janet. Today's healing felt really good, especially with the failure feeling I have about Denver as a possible new city. Is working everything we did today more will help this. Will today? Yes, it will help this. I don't know why you have a failure feeling just because you don't want to live in a certain city. How is that a failure? I mean, unless you've already bought a house there or something, which I don't think you have. What's the problem? I think you just have some heart chakra blocks. Heart chakra blocks tend to, you know, make you feel like, wah, wah. You know, that was a waste. That was a failure. That didn't work. Or, you know. So, you know, there's such a thing as, you know, you're practicing your, you know, everything that you've experienced helps you learn and gets you forward to the next thing. So, you know, it's like when you're dating and you're dating an appetizer man, you know, and he doesn't end up being the one, but you learned, you know, and it whets your appetite for the real thing. So maybe Denver was your appetizer city and it's not your long-term compatible city. But, you know, think of what you learned through the visit, what you learned as far as pros and cons. Why do you feel that Denver isn't the long-term compatible city? It's funny. So yeah, so it's okay to have an appetizer city that, you know, you visited it and you experienced it, but it wasn't the one. That's cute. I like that. Your angels thought that one up. Someone says, hi, Janet. How is, you mentioned your spouse's name. How is he doing? Did I clear some of his pain burdens that I took on? Yes. Yeah. I was hoping you would realize that video is for you. I mean, it's for many people, but for you as well. Yeah. I would say keep doing that though, because that's part of when you hate your work. That's why you hate your work. I mean, that's like 60% of why you on and off hate your profession or your work or certain aspects of your work. And you tend to think, well, it's because I want to do this instead of that. But the reason it like you hate it to your core or you know, it exhausts you to your core is this whole taking on of other people's problems. So, you know, just keep working it. But so far, so good. How is he doing? He's doing well. He cleared a bunch. He's bringing in a bunch of new energy. Yeah, he's doing fine. Someone says, thank you for the healing. Am I at all moving forward on my path? Yes, you are. Feeling anxious paralysis about applying for jobs and things for all things career still. Okay, so if there's a path that represents just your career learning, yeah, you are kind of standing still. You have wrist and ankle things and they're chained to things holding you back. So we did that. I mean, if you need a walkthrough of it, we did it 2 days ago when we unblocked the spiritual path. We removed things that were holding you back on your path. You can imagine a spiritual path, your spiritual path, but the version of it that just relates to your progress with careers, and look and see and get rid of wrist and ankle stuff and stuff binding you back, holding you back. That stuff is not actually parent related, believe it or not. It's past life stuff. So you can just melt it away. Someone says, thank you, Janet. I was napping during the healing, which is not uncommon, and it was very much needed. I have some bad habits that influence my productivity and consciously don't want to change them. Any advice for that? Well, I guess, maybe bad is like a heavy word, so, you can just kind of explore how much of it is in the way of your productivity and how much of it you just need to understand more about it. Like, I was listening to some, most of you know I've talked about it before, but I like some dramas from South Korea, like K-dramas, they're called. That's the slang for, TV show series from South Korea. But anyway, they have really cool videos of them like set to music, like little snippets of different K-dramas set to songs. And once you find a few of them, then YouTube keeps suggesting these ones too. So I have a couple different playlists of different, K-drama kind of, I don't know what you call them, but they're, little fan videos with different moments and set to different songs. And so the other day when I had to do a bunch of bookkeeping, for work, and emails for work, I had, my cell phone next to my laptop and it was playing those videos and with the music and everything. And, it was a little distracting, but it was really fun. I was like chair dancing as I was working, which is pretty unusual for me, especially when I'm doing bookkeeping. Like bookkeeping doesn't really generally put me in a chair dance kind of mood. But it was totally fun. And yeah, okay, I probably maybe got less done in that time period than I would have, but it was so fun. And so, vibrationally it was a win still. It was, better than if I didn't do it that way. So maybe there's some way that you know, some of those habits are providing something for you that you really need, you know, and maybe there's a way to do both, or, you know, kind of go back and forth between one and the other. Yeah, so just a thought. Someone says, ha ha ha, guppy parents. Yeah. Thank you for the cute analogy. That made my day. Yeah. 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 Society doesn't really, different societies don't really, you know, that's not something that's talked about very much, but it's a total phenomenon. Like, it's real, man. If you have guppy parents, like, there is no, like, you know, happy ending for that. I mean, the happy ending is you know, getting your boundaries and everything. And for me, it was just no contact on a conscious level. I haven't contacted my genetic parents in what, 23 years, something like that. And that's a really good decision for me personally. I'm not saying that's what everyone should do, but you know, it was good for me. Sometimes it's just, you know, you incarnate with a family, but it's not like you're not really compatible with each other, you know. It's a more of a destructive situation, and you chose them, but you chose them so that you could be crushed, so then you can learn how to uncrush yourself and be empowered, you know. And so they were like sort of like bitter medicine, but once you get enough of the bitter medicine, you don't necessarily need more, you know, maybe. But that, you know, until they go to heaven, they might not let up. Like, if you have guppy parents, once they cross over, that's a happy time, actually. I mean, you know, whatever. You can't root for somebody's end of their life. But, you know, if their life has a natural ending at some point, you know, you didn't make it happen, you know. It's just easier when they're in heaven. Because when people are in heaven, they're not invasive anymore. It's like a temporary thing where they all their, you know, darkness is lifted from them while they're in heaven. So it's easier at that point. Not that I've experienced that yet, but I know it from having read many clients with guppy parents. Alrighty. Thank you, Janet. I loved the balancing yin-yang energy. Consciously, I run KY productivity to the point I burn out just because I need to finish. And of course, I don't finish, but chase my tail, forget to have fun. Yeah. Yeah. In the end, it's nice to have balance. So, yeah, maybe just keep clearing that kind of baggage so that you can work in a little more balance. Someone says, yes, still true. Yes, still cutting in and out. Yeah, I read that before. I hope it's not true anymore. I don't know. Let's see. Thanks everyone for all the sound feedback. Someone says, I'll leave and come back, see if that helps. Someone says, I never noticed any problem with your sound. That's a relief. I hope it's okay on the playback, you know, on the video itself. That would be nice if it was okay. Someone says they said leaving and coming back stopped the breaking up. Wow, it's not wild. This is, hi Janet, thanks so much for the healing. Glad I could listen in. I'm glad too. I had so much fear of failure, success, disappointment baggage that was very heavily corded. Yeah. Yeah, so you melt the cords and it makes it easier to clear the baggage. Someone says, as soon as you said heart chakra blocks, it clicked. LOL. And then your spouse says, I'm not into Denver either. Why are you freaking out? Exactly. What's the big deal? They don't want to live in Denver. I don't want to live in Denver either. I'm not bummed out about it. It's okay. Denver is not for everyone. Clearing facades has really helped with not being such a perfectionist about move too. Yeah, I do like that video a lot. If anyone needs it. I mean, and sometimes you need it, but you don't realize you need it. Especially with interviewing and stuff. If you have, you know, phobias about interviewing, that could be a nice thing to do. The video If you search, I'll type it out, Janet Wright Clear Facades. Oops. So facades, like a false wall. So people have, you know, things they put up like fake sort of images of this is who I am. This is, you know, what I think. This is what I believe. This is whatever. And it's subconscious, and it could be very, very old from a past life or from when you were younger or to please somebody when you were younger or whatever. And the more of those you melt, the more you're being your authentic self, and it's much more strengthening. And so it's easier to be confident in a situation like an interview or something if you're not hiding behind a bunch of facades, because facades, like I said, are very destabilizing and it's not the real you. And so you give off less of a positive impression to others as well, less of a genuine, trustworthy impression then. So yeah, clearing facades is fun and cool to do. So yeah, if you search Janet Wright Clear Facades, that video will come up. So yeah, thanks for the mention on that. Interesting point. This is, hey Janet, I didn't seem to have goals or get blocked about what I want to do with myself that doesn't involve being a mom or work. Is that related to my spiritual path or more of a fourth chakra? Oh, I see what you're saying. So you don't know what you want to do. You're thinking about your responsibilities to other people, but like on a personal level, like you don't have hobbies, you don't know what you want to do. I think that's what you're saying. You know, what we did towards the end, actually the last two things we did before wrap up, call your energy back and bring in. I think you could redo those two sections. That could help. Because I think part of your energy is stuck in the past, part of your energy is waiting in the future until like your kids are a certain age, you know, and then part of the new energy for like your interests, your hobbies, your desires, your goals is like up above, having trouble coming in. So yeah, just keep repeating the last two sections that we did. Call your energy back and bring in your new energy. So is it a fourth chakra issue for you? I would say no, not really. Your fourth seems fine. Right now, at least, seems fine. Okay, so last question. Someone says, hello, I slept during the healing. I would love to know how I am doing along my path. Still feeling a bit stuck lately in regards to my career and also my love life. Looks like you're moving forward on both fronts. The image that you're showing me is sort of like that you're in the process of purifying yourself, like purging out old resentments and old junk in your identity space and just other people's junk in your identity space. And so if you did want to do a little more, you could do like fourth chakra and seventh chakra, fourth layer and seventh layer. But just you keep using that word purify. Like, so just like, because a lot of times for everybody really, baggage can kind of flavor your energy. And so then it's harder to manifest and it's harder to think and feel and interact with others in the most genuine way possible. Actually, facades would be a good one to do, yeah, as well. Cool. But yeah, if you wanted to unblock more fourth and seventh, with that idea of, you know, just get rid of any baggage that's sort of altering your course, your thoughts, your ideas, your actions, your feelings, your interactions with others. But then, yeah, that clear facades video could be nice. It says, okay, I get it now. Some of the habits I call mild addictions, I'd call mild addictions. What usually causes the addiction? Energy blocks or wounds? Yeah, I mean, you'd have to be more specific. So maybe just post it under a video at some point, a specific behavior that you're talking about. Because, you know, it could be anything. So, I mean, I do have like a triplet set from a while ago that we did on, clear compulsive behavior. So you could search for that, Janet Wright, compulsive behavior, heal compulsive behavior, clear compulsive behavior, something like that. But so that was my term for addictions. It was compulsive behavior. So you could search and find that triplet set if you want to work it. That's interesting. I've been feeling for a while that I don't know who I am. Yeah, and really, that's true for a lot of people. I mean, because you can always like redefine yourself on a deeper, more pure, more precise level. So it's a great thing to work. And again, identity, 7th chakra, and also self-love, self-care, 4th. And 4th has a lot to do with your interaction with others. And if other people's junk got in the way of how you feel about yourself or how you feel about situations, that could be 4th as well. So 7th and 4th, and it's 4th and 7th layers. Both astral and physical. You could use unblocking. All right. So cool. So let's see. So garden update. Let's see. I did order some seeds, which is kind of funny. But I ordered some seeds that I won't use till next, like late winter, I think. That are this flower that actually did really well in my yard, like right near my front window. I was so happy about it. It's called agastache. And there are different kinds of agastache, but there's this one that I'll type that out, agastache. Agastache. But it's a perennial flower, and there's one called I think it's orange, and I think it's called hummingbird mint. But it has a whole bunch of names, like, Apache sunrise or blah 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 blah. I mean, a whole bunch of names. But anyway, it's orange and it's an agastache, and it has all these little flowers, but like lots and lots of them, and hummingbirds come to them. And we only have, I think I've only ever seen one hummingbird at a time at these flowers, but it's pretty exciting because now my desk is like right up against my front window, and I can see like a hummingbird as I'm working. How cool is that? But they're really fast, and then they go away. It's like, oh, there he is, and he's gone. So, but anyway, so I ordered that style of agastache with all the little tiny flowers in different colors, but I don't know if the other colors are going to be as good for the hummingbirds. Maybe they will be, maybe they won't, I don't know. But I got all the agastache colors that I could get that were perennial, because I guess some agastache isn't perennial, which what's the point of that? I'm trying to do more and more perennial plants. Perennial plants are the ones that come back year after year, but sometimes they only come back for like 3 years or 4 years or 5 years, but sometimes they come back for like 50 years. Well, I don't know about that, but like my blueberry bushes supposedly are going to live up to 50 years. But anyway, so that I ordered those seeds recently, and then I ordered these other seeds that just came. Well, my husband just got them from the mailbox. They're a kind of I'm going to have to open it up because I don't remember. Radish. They're a kind of radish, but they're huge. They grow in the ground, and you plant the seed and it grows in the ground, like a giant carrot, but it's a radish, but it's really big and long. And then if you leave it there and let the frost kill it, like the freezing temperatures kill it, then it rots away and the worms are happy because they eat the rotten radish. And then you get like really good soil for spring or summer when you're ready to plant. And so people like plant them in like areas where their soil isn't great, and like right about now in the fall, and then they rot away in the winter and the worms are happy, and then there's good soil by late spring in that area. So I think that's what these are. Let's see what these are. Yeah. Yeah, it's a so it's a So yeah, it's a type of daikon radish, a Japanese daikon radish. And Baker Creek, I actually like that seed company. There is some negative press online about them, but I don't think it's legitimate. Some people say they're a racist company, but I think that is probably not the case. I mean, is every single person that works for that company not racist? Probably there are a few racist people in that company, but overall, the company itself is not, doesn't seem to be. And so that's good enough for me. Like in agriculture, in rural areas, where there's a lot of farming, in the US at least, there tends to be a little more racism. So I don't really need the seed company to have nobody in it that works there. That's not, I don't need to values test every single person that works at the company. But anyway, so they have good seeds and they have free shipping and a really good website. So their website is rareseeds.com. Baker Creek Heirloom Seed Company. I order from a couple of seed companies, but that's one of the ones I order from. But anyway, so I'm going to plant some of those. I've never planted those before. We don't really eat radishes, but we've never had daikon radishes, so maybe they're different. And if we eat them cooked, maybe they might be tasty. But anyway, they'll make good soil for next year, so that's really why I got them. But they're supposed to be big, so that should be interesting. If I pick any, I'll show you on a garden update at some point. Another garden update. Oh, I got even more tomatoes. Like that same day of the last healing 2 days ago, I picked even more tomatoes. So it's almost to the point where it's a little ridiculous how many tomatoes we have in the house, but not yet. So I'll try to reach over and get them so I can show you. So these are some of the tomatoes. These are like 2 or 3 different varieties right there. And then, hold on, I'll get more. All right, so this is, I don't want to dump the bowl out. But anyway, so that's a bunch of them in the bowl. So here we go. But they're not all ripe yet, fortunately. But like, let's see, what one is ripe? That one's more ripe. But they stay green on the top, these ones. Anyway, so tomatoes, yay. Because it hasn't frozen outside. It's not, we haven't had our frost yet. So that was my goal, is to have tomatoes actually during the year rather than having to just bring them all in green before the freeze like last year. But I still have a ton out there that are still green. So we will be bringing in some tomatoes before the frost again. But anyway, at least we have some to eat before then. Okay, and then now the Izzy update. I'll give him some treats so you can see. He's been itching himself lately. I don't know. I'm hoping it's just seasonal allergies. But anyway, I'll show you him getting some treats. Gotta free up my camera. I can take it to where he is. Okay, so hold on, I'll get the treats. See, now he knows. So this is freeze-dried salmon that I'm gonna be giving him, like little pieces of freeze-dried salmon. Sure. Mm-hmm. Izzy. You're a good boy, you are. You're a good boy. You're a good boy. Alrighty, so now I gotta take him out. All right, so you guys are amazing. I hope you have a good morning, afternoon, evening, whatever's next for you. And that's it for me for group healings for the month. But I may release some of those little excerpt videos. So you could, if you're subscribed to this channel and you get the little bell icon for notifications, then you'll know when I put them out. So you're amazing. And next month's healings are insanely cool. So maybe I'll see you then. All right, bye. Oh, and if you want more information, jwhealing.com. You can see all the healings through next February. Bye. Do some confetti. Oh, let's do some butterflies. Hey.